Out here, we'll try to read the hand of a person who just wants to know if he will be good at armed forces. So, generally, the area where we see for army related work, uh, we see this particular area. This is the area of aggression, and this is the area of tenacity. Why, in spite of opposition, how much the person is able to withstand opposition and remain committed to what they have said or the work they have to do. So if there are too many lines out here, it is not considered to be a good sign. It basically means that the person would get aggressive where he should not get aggressive, and he might lose his temper. So lesser the lines over this particular area, the better it is considered to be for people going in the armed forces. And they would be able to contain their anger and focus their energies towards a particular goal. But it's not just one sign. We have to see there could be many better signs, and which might indicate that person might be good in armed forces. We are seeing this particular rising line from the head. This is the headline, and there's a rising line out here. Whenever we see a rising line on the mount of Jupiter, this is the mount of Jupiter, it's considered to be a good sign. A rising line basically means that the person would hold high position in his life, be it army or be it any corporate world, or maybe being a priest also, a head priest. So the person basically heads an organization or a company. Apart from that, we also see that this is the headline and this is the lifeline. So both these lines are joined for a long duration of time. Whenever they are joined for a long duration of time out here, it means that the person would stick to what they say, and they are very hardworking people, and they could succeed in the later part of their life, sometime after the age of 35 or sometimes after the age of 45. Apart from that, we also find that he has got a very good supporting lifeline. It is also called the Mars line because it is originating from the area of Mars. This is the area of Mars. So it's whenever the line is originated from the Mars, it's called the Mars line, and supporting lifeline basically helps a person in times of need. Let's say that if a person needs financial help or moral help or any kind of help, these people would keep on getting these kind of help. And at the same time, this supporting lifeline also means that the person would be able to stand up against opposition, or if somebody tries to oppose such a person, they would still come out as winners. So this is again a good sign. We see this particular area, this is the area of Venus. Venus is basically for energy, vitality, stamina. We find that this area is not so prominent, and it's not like a fluffy kind, and it doesn't appear to be firm also. Even this area, this Mars area, is kind of depressed. So these areas should be firm and not having too many lines. So if there are too many lines out here, the person is going to waste his energies, and the person might not be able to focus his energies well. The headline, whenever this is the headline, it is branching out sometime after the age of 35, and branching out basically means that the person can see two sides of the coin at the same time, and these people are genius, and in comparison to their competitors, they are far ahead with their knowledge and the way they think, and this is the heart line. Heart line doesn't appear to be very clear. If we zoom in, we find that there are few branches over it, and it's okay kind. The clearer the line, the better it is considered to be. The more not so clear line, like there are many branches out here. You are seeing these branches. Basically, these indicates attachments, and attachments are never good because they create expectation and nobody reaches your expectations. So this is kind of, they weigh down on your heart, and they create stresses on your heart, and that's why the person might become more stressful, and the person might have palpitation, or he might be prone to stress. So in this way, this is not a good sign to have. This is the left hand. Again, if we zoom in on the left hand, this is the heart line, and there are many branches over it. I just remove it, and you check out. There are many branches. So this is basically considered that the person remains in the stress. Apart from that, this is the headline, and there's a small line which is curving up. This curving up of headline towards the mount of Mercury is indicative of the person would gain in technical skills, and he would be good at it, and he would be able to. The branching down of headline basically means that the person is imaginative, and curving up means the person is more technically oriented. So so he has got both these things. So it's again a good sign. Upward line from the headline towards the mount of Jupiter indicates high position in life. So these things are nice. The qualities basically the army requires is that the person should have stamina and physical fitness. Regarding physical fitness, we see the Mars area and the Venus area. If they aren't so good, I would rate them down. But because sometimes what happens is that stamina and physical fitness is more required where you are at the border, and you are doing physically strenuous work. If this person was more into planning, he would be much better. He would not be good at the ground, but at the background, he would be able to manage things in a much better way, or plan out things in a much better way. We also find here that the first finger is comparatively longer than the third finger, again indicating the person's desire to be in a high position. The other aspect to see, the traits we have to see is that to be in army is that the person should be should adapt socially. How well you connect with family, friends, and society, how well you are able to manage different situations so as to keep your surroundings stable. So this person has that particular capacity that he would be able to socially adapt very well. And regarding courage, for courage, to see how to see courage in the palm. If this area, the Mount of Mars, is not so good, so the person might lack in courage. And the heart line is not so clear if there are too many branches or it's very broad. Out here, it's not broad, but I'm just explaining to you. If it's broad, then the person might get under stress and they might not be able to perform in difficult situations. As far as determination goes, an officer is always clear in his mind as to what he wants and how he will get it. And an officer is always dedicated and determinant of his aim, and he always puts effort to achieve his aims. So if we see this particular aspect, I would say that because the headline and the lifeline both are joined for a long duration of times, such people can be determined, and they might stick to what they are doing for long durations of time, and very hardworking. They might be very shy also, but at the same time very hardworking, and they have the capacity to hear people out, because joining of these two lines make a person shy, cautious, lose out on opportunities, but at the same time they are extremely hardworking, and if they remain in one particular job consistently, they rise up to a very high to a very high position. So that's it for this particular palm reading. If you did like the video, do click on the like button and do subscribe. Thank you again for watching.